Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
So to begin with my own journey, I was traveling with this UHV past 4 years. If I see in my whole life, I felt I am okay, only the other person is a problem. The other person is creating a problem. So what I was doing the whole year is just trying to change the other. All my effort is just to change the other. That other includes my papa, mama, my friends, families, heads, coordinators. I keep trying to change everyone. But through this UHV content only, I got to explore that I can be in the state of harmony in spite of any situation around me. So I can understand the state within me is my responsibility. And I personally gone through this UHV FDPs more than 30 times. And I felt I studied engineering for 4 years. I don't think so that I can understand this UHV in one FDP. It's all about my life, so it takes time. So let me share the journey of our university. Let me briefly introduce. SRM is one of the largest private university, NRF rank 11, and we do have 6 campus, over 1 lakh students and 5,000 faculty, and many of them from doctoral and postdoctoral qualification from international university. And to say in every conventional method, say research, innovation, we have been really doing good, and we always focus on this human development. So in all our success we understood, we are preparing students for job, but there is a question, are we preparing them to for a fulfilling life? So all of us were witnessing this need. Everywhere we could see the rising stress, anxiety, the students struggling with the mental health, suicides, drugs. So it is our time to help them to understanding what does this fulfilling life mean. And one side we are doing very good at skill education, but the other side we are equally responsible to develop their competence. And one side of our education we were very much capable to help them to do how to do part. But are we really helping them the fundamental what to do? So the SRMIST is searching for such kind of content where we could help the students not only to polish something outside, but they can work within them. So we have understood the role of education is a holistic development, not just preparing them for the job. And we found the answer in universal human values. But I tell you, it is not a blind adoption or it's a mandate by government. We examined this content very carefully, and 3 things convinced us, which is very much discussed in the morning session. I just give one example. UHV doesn't address the human problem in the pieces. I don't want to help my students to understand how to be related with the family, how to be related with the friends. It is not a fragmented approach. It's a resolution from within. So this convinced us. Conviction alone won't build the system. So we made UHV and SRM sustainable. So in 2022, the Value Education Cell was constituted under the direct oversight of our Vice Chancellor, sir. The annual budget has bring into a policy, and HR policy was amended that faculty receive the duty leave for the FDP, and participation is counted in appraisal and promotion, and it's mandatory for all our new faculty for their confirmation. And we appointed this UC, UCC and over 60 discipline and department coordinators, and we extended this UHV beyond this AICTE mandate. It's not only for engineering, now every discipline of us, including medical, has this UHV program. And we can see our leadership, and many of our leaders has personally attended. Almost 73 of our deans directors has went 3-day UHV introductory as well as 5 days UHV 2 program. So our 3-stage vision for transformation Stage 1 is value education. We want to be very much honest about where we are. So introducing UHV as a course is where we started with, and faculties personally validated this content and they found it's very much useful for their own life. And then we started integrating these values across the discipline, and we want to integrate this value component in every single course. That is our second step where we are working right now. And every member of our university, including all our stakeholders, should start living by these values. This is what we are heading for. Probably it will take a decade time, but we are very much slowly, steadily working on it, and it's quite visible. So faculty preparation is the first step. So faculty transformation is a foundation for everything. If we cannot give what we don't have, because we have an experience, one of our senior faculty went to the class and she was discussing about this trust. And when she saw the student coming late and she started scolding, immediately student asked, "Ma'am, where is your relationship now?" So we cannot stand in front of the students. Students are not listening to our words. They are observing what we are doing. So we were very much laid and progressive, conducting the programs. We do facilitated 29 in-house editions that include UHV introductory 5 days UHV 2, which has been very much mandated to take a UHV course. But then our faculties were interested to take on higher level courses. So we facilitated 9 higher level programs that includes UHV 3, 4, 6, 7 and holistic health workshop. So our journey before and after UHV, I want to be honest, our faculty started with no clue what is happening in this FDP, but after listening to this content, they came back and told us, "Ma'am, this content is helping to find a clarity in our own life." So some of the outcomes we were able to see that now there is a shift from skill to focused education to value-based education, from dominance-based teaching to the relationship-based teaching. And these are some of the outcomes which is quite visible. But I can say it is not an overnight change, and we are not claiming that everyone has reached this state. But this is real and it's growing every day. Some of the faculty voice, I am not taking everything in detail. I just go through one. One of our faculty member mentioned, "I used to shop 2 to 3 times a week. But after UHV, I begin to understand what I actually need. The urge of buying just faded. And family can notice this change before I spoke to them." We might be smiling, what is this matter? But won't it feel it's remarkable when faculty member naturally shift from excess consumption to contentment? So these are the few impacts we could witness in our management. So the transformation is not limited to the classroom. It is reflecting in our administration, a shift from control-based governance to clarity-based governance. And the administrators started extending these FDPs voluntarily, not mandatorily. So when people at the top of the institution are volunteering choosing the self-exploration process, this is not a program. It is changing as an institutional culture. Morning we have seen one of the testimonial from our KV Leela ma'am. And one another testimonial I would like to quote is from our Associate Dean ENT. What he mentioned, "Now I have become an Associate Dean and will deal with so many people. I feel I must attend another OHV FDP because dealing with people requires inner stability and comfort within." So with this much of management support and the faculty preparation, we confidently take into the students. So this is our journey. We started with a random syllabus, just having value education as one course, and to the elective. Now it has been a course of 3 credit, and also it has been a course of value-added course in a medical. And recently we have introduced UHV minor degree, which is of 24 credits. So this is what I was speaking about. Our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Vinay Kumar sir, is a man who is instrumental to take this bold step that UHV in minor degree. We have launched in 2025 in Science and Humanities, and we are trying to incorporate the UHV minor degree in engineering as well from 2026 regulation. Few of the impact we could see in our student is there is a clarity in happiness. Not just student can able to differentiate between the momentary excitement to long-lasting fulfillment, and they can able to see that they don't want to work separately for anxious, reducing anxious, anger, confusions. This one program is it's a complete framework that help one to instead of going to multiple counseling attempt, this one workshop is helping them a lot. So these are some of the impacts. I just mentioned only one. The student once who called their parents only for asking money. For some time, he didn't call for a money. She just called to ask their family how they are doing, and they were whenever they checked, do you want money? She said no. So parents were little bit upset. What is happening to my girl? She is trying to find money in some other ways. They rushed to the college, and they found it is not. It is a genuine contentment of her. And they personally, when they went back, they said, "Is there any program for parents also?" So this is not reaching only to the students. Through the students, it's reaching their home. And the transformation is not staying with the classroom, it's also rippling outside. Our non-teaching, we had a program for all our non-teaching admin staff, caretakers, and lot more. Like we take it to the Tamil Nadu, all the blind school kids, and as an extension outreach, we have reached all the district social welfare officer, Anganwadi staffs, and we are also building a national ecosystem. So SRM is not just participating in the national movement, we are also leading in the conferences and the regional meeting. We hosted 2 international conferences and 1 national conference, and also the regional meet. And we do support many universities. We handhold them to conduct FDP, how to implement in their university. So SRM is one of the most active university which is building a national ecosystem. And all our impacts has been documented. We published this SRM Synergy in 5 editions. It is publicly accessible. Everyone can go through it. We are honored to share at SRM is one of the 2 universities to receive the UHV Foundation certification. This recognition, we are not into recognition, but then it confirms our sincere effort. So this is the roadmap ahead. So this is where we are heading to. So few to mention is we want to develop this UHV based student counseling model, a structured mentor-mentee model, and we would like to network with all the institutions across the nation. And in future, it can be a national nodal center. So in my conclusion, we could see that every human being, regardless of their role, they aspire for 4 things: happiness in continuity, prosperity in a family, fearlessness in the society, and mutual fulfillment in the nature and existence. So our education system touches on these aspirations, but UHV directly address them very systematically, universally. So at our SRM, we have not changed what we teach, but it has deeply transformed how we think, how we relate, and why we educate. So to all the vice chancellors, this is not an invitation to adopt the course. It is an invitation to begin a journey that starts with a few curious individuals attending this workshop, but slowly, steadily, this brings a transformation in entire institution. So we will willing to walk alongside with all the universities who would like to choose to begin. We do have a resource, experience, and most importantly, the genuine conviction that this content has a potential to transform the human being and power to transform the world more humane. So together, we can make a university not just a center of knowledge, but living model for human well-being. I sincerely thank the AICTE for the initiative, for bringing this UHV in education. Sir or madam, what else I can ask for when it is giving me a life?